Glass squid. The glass squid is a nearly transparent cephalopod that has adapted to avoid detection in the deep ocean. Its body allows light to pass through, making it almost invisible in the dim environment where predators rely on faint glows and shadows to hunt. This species evolved transparency as a defense, along with specialized light organs that help mask its silhouette from below. Unlike many other squids, it does not rely on speed alone, but instead blends into its surroundings with remarkable effectiveness. Its internal organs are often the only visible parts, giving it a ghost like appearance. The glass squid highlights how survival in the deep sea is not always about strength or aggression, but sometimes about remaining unseen in a vast, dark environment. Fangtooth fish. The fangtooth fish is a deep sea predator known for its disproportionately large teeth, which seem too big for its relatively small body. It evolved in a habitat where encounters with prey are rare, so when an opportunity comes, it must be taken immediately and without hesitation. Its teeth are designed to trap and hold on to slippery prey, ensuring that nothing escapes once caught, even in complete darkness. Despite its fearsome appearance, it is not very large, usually only about 15 centimeters long, but its design is highly specialized for survival in such extreme conditions. Its large head, sensitive lateral line system, and powerful jaws give it an advantage over other fish in the same environment. Interestingly, younger fangtooth fish look quite different and live at shallower depths before descending as they mature. The fangtooth fish is important because it represents the extreme adaptations required to hunt in the deep sea, where energy efficiency and rare opportunities define survival. Giant isopod. The giant isopod is a deep sea crustacean that looks like an oversized pill bug drifting slowly along the ocean floor. It evolved from much smaller isopod relatives, but in the deep sea, a phenomenon called deep sea gigantism allowed it to grow to unusual sizes, sometimes over half a meter long. Scientists believe this size increase helps with energy storage and survival in an environment where meals are unpredictable. Living in cold, high pressure conditions where food is scarce, it survives by conserving energy and feeding on whatever it finds, often scavenging dead whales or fish that sink from above. Its metabolism is extremely slow, which allows it to endure long periods without nourishment. Unlike more active predators, it can go months or even years without eating, which makes it very different from most creatures we know. Its importance lies in its role as a cleaner of the deep ocean, helping recycle organic matter in one of the least accessible ecosystems on Earth, quietly maintaining balance where few other organisms can. Dumbo Octopus. The Dumbo Octopus is a small, delicate, deep sea octopus named for the ear like fins on its head that resemble the character Dumbo. It belongs to a group of octopuses that adapted to life at extreme depths, often below 4,000 meters, where sunlight never reaches. Instead of jet propulsion like shallow water octopuses, it gently flaps its fins to move through the water, conserving energy in an environment where food is limited. Its soft body and lack of ink sacs or strong defenses reflect a world with fewer fast moving predators, but constant pressure and darkness. What sets it apart is its calm, floating movement and ability to live at depths where most octopuses cannot survive. It plays a quiet but essential role in the deep seafood web, feeding on small invertebrates and maintaining balance in its ecosystem. Barreleye fish. The barreleye fish is one of the strangest and most fascinating creatures living in the deep ocean. It gets its name from its unusual eyes, which look like two bright green barrels inside its head. The top of its head is almost completely transparent, forming a clear dome filled with fluid that protects its sensitive visual organs. Inside this dome are two tube shaped eyes that can rotate to look either upward or forward. This remarkable ability allows the barrelay fish to scan the dark waters above for prey. By looking upward, it can detect the faint silhouettes of small fish, jellyfish, or drifting animals against the dim light coming from the surface far above. The transparent dome also helps shield the fish's delicate eyes. Scientists believe this protection is useful when the fish approaches jellyfish, whose stinging tentacles could easily damage its vision. In some cases, the barreleye fish even steals trapped food from jellyfish, making use of their tentacles to find an easy meal in the deep sea. Anglerfish. The anglerfish is one of the most unusual creatures in the deep ocean and is famous for the glowing lure that hangs from its head like a fishing rod. This lure contains special bioluminescent bacteria that produce light in the complete darkness of the deep sea. By gently moving the glowing tip, the anglerfish attracts curious prey that mistake the light for food. When the prey come close enough, the anglerfish suddenly opens its enormous mouth and swallows it in a fraction of a second. Its large teeth and expandable stomach allow it to capture animals almost as large as itself. Many anglerfish species also have one of the strangest mating systems in the animal kingdom. Tiny males permanently attach themselves to females and eventually fuse with their bodies, sharing nutrients and becoming part of the female for the rest of their lives. Goblin Shark. The goblin shark is one of the strangest sharks in the ocean and is often called a living fossil because its relatives have existed for millions of years. It lives in deep waters, usually hundreds of meters below the surface, and is rarely seen by humans. Because of this deep sea lifestyle, scientists still know relatively little about its behavior. Its most unusual feature is its long, flat snout and a jaw that can suddenly shoot forward to grab prey. This unique snapping jaw mechanism allows the goblin shark to quickly capture fish, squid, and other deep sea animals in the dark depths where food can be scarce. The goblin shark's pinkish color comes from blood vessels showing through its thin skin, giving it an eerie and almost ghost like appearance. The strange shark moves slowly through the deep ocean, using sensitive organs in its snout to detect the faint electrical signals of hidden prey. Vampire squid. Despite its name, the vampire squid is not actually a true squid or an octopus, but a unique species that belongs to its own special group of deep sea animals. It lives in very deep parts of the ocean where oxygen levels are extremely low, in regions known as oxygen minimum zones, where many other creatures cannot survive. The vampire squid has a dark red body and large glowing eyes that help it see in the dim light of the deep sea. Webbing between its arms creates a cloak-like shape when it spreads them open, giving it a mysterious appearance that inspired its unusual name. Unlike most squid, the vampire squid does not actively hunt large prey. Instead, it collects drifting organic particles known as marine snow, which include tiny bits of dead plankton, waste, and other debris that slowly fall through the ocean. This unique feeding strategy allows the vampire squid to survive in an environment where food is scarce